The Talksport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the Talksport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search Talksport Fan Network.
Final score from Dean Court was AFC Bournemouth 1, Newcastle 1. However, it should have really been AFC Bournemouth 2, Newcastle 1 if it wasn't for VAR and David Coote. Again, VAR have got completely and utterly clueless. First half, we were completely on top, and Semenyo was absolutely immense. My man of the match. I know everybody's going to say, oh, you got a man crush on him. I tell you what, absolutely brilliant performance by Semenyo, and his cross into Tavernier, was exquisite. Of course, second half, Newcastle come back into the game and Anthony Gordon got that goal. To be honest, you could see it coming. But let's get to the part which really sticks out and which is the title of this video and what I am so pissed off about. Again, we've got done over by VAR. We've got done over by David Coote, who decided to then send off, I think it was Andoni Iraola from the touchline. I might be wrong about that, but Iraola had every right to demonstrate with the referee. Honestly, it's an absolute joke. Now, the ball's, of course, coming from the corner, and Ouattara's got his head to it, but it's also hit his shoulder. Now, of course, tell me where it hits the arm. It fucking doesn't. It doesn't. And VAR have got it wrong once again. These could be decisions which could be the difference between a team getting into Europe or not, a team staying up or not. And again, Premier League referees have shown that they are absolutely fucking clueless in this regard. David Coote, of course, at the end was, being approached by our players. Of course, all he does is get the fucking card out. Gone are the days where people could actually go up and talk to a referee normally. Instead, now it's some bloke in an office watching a camera, watching it on fucking TV whilst we're in the stands, who, are making the decision. Whereas, they can't see it from all angles. It was clear as day. It was a goal. It hit the head, then it hit the shoulder. It did not hit the fleshy part of the arm of Ouattara. It was a goal. It is absolutely scandalous. It is daylight robbery. Everything is going against the teams, smaller teams at the bottom for the teams at the top. Now, I'm not knocking Newcastle. At the end of the day, they deserve to get back into the game, but we did not deserve to have that ruled out. Fair and square, it was a goal. If that happened for Manchester United, it would be a goal. If it happened for Manchester City, it would be a goal. If it would happen for Liverpool, it would be a goal. But why does it not happen for us? Because we're a small little club. It is absolutely ridiculous. And David Coote then to turn around and send somebody off on the touchline, which we think is Iraola, is absolutely brain dead. Absolutely brain dead. Tim Robinson in the VAR room, should be sacked for that alone. But of course he won't be. He'll probably be promoted because this is the level of officiating in this division. You look at the Ipswich situation yesterday, they should have had a penalty. No, it's against Manchester City. Let's not give them that. Honestly, it is an absolute joke in this division. It really is. And in fact, in some ways, although I don't want this to happen, I wouldn't be bothered being in the Championship, because being in the Championship means you don't have to deal with this shit every week. Of course, we are in the Premier League. We're there by merit. But we could be pushed out again, like we was pushed out by Hawkeye, like we was pushed out because of that decision against Burnley, where we equalised, and then they thought, oh, hang on, 4 minutes ago, 4 whole fucking minutes ago, they pulled it all the way back. you can understand my frustration. We should have 3 points on the board after this game. It is an absolute shower of shit, VAR, and it needs to be abolished. Wolverhampton Wanderers, well done for actually bringing it up, and all of the other, others that decided against it. I'm sure the managers, would have voted for it. Have to hang their head in shame, because VAR is not fit for purpose. It's clearly shown that today. Ouattara, scored that goal. We should have won that 2-1. We all celebrated it. We all went mad. It was our 125th anniversary, and we've been robbed by David Coote and Tim Robinson in the VAR room. We've been absolutely robbed of that. It's an absolute scandal. Don't get me wrong. Sir Eddie Howe in charge of Newcastle, can't begrudge him anything. But surely, if anybody's watching this and supports one of the big 6 clubs, you've got to surely understand my frustration with this. It's not the first time this has gone against us. It hit the head of Ouattara. It did hit the shoulder, but the shoulder, is not the arm. It's classed, and it was classed as handball. It was ruled out for handball. Are we saying that shoulder ball is now being ruled out as well? Shoulder ball? Because that's not handball. That's not a hand for anybody, for Tim Robinson and David Coote, who don't obviously know human anatomy. Something that, surely a 5-year-old would know. It's an absolute joke. I'm sorry. It's an absolute joke. We've been absolutely robbed. To be honest, we did very, very well. We played well. There's not one player that you can knock for this, but well done to the referee. Of course, AFC Bournemouth won, Newcastle won, David Coote and Tim Robinson too, obviously, today. We should be on 4 points. Like I say, this is nothing against Newcastle. This is just the rules of the game, the laws of the game, and not being implemented correctly. It's a fucking scandal. It's a fucking scandal. Let me know what you think. Whoever you support, let me know what you think. Got it off my chest now. Join us for the next one. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell button. If you think I'm talking absolute bollocks, do tell me. But, don't be surprised that, I'm not particularly in a very good mood, because we've been robbed. Thanks for joining us. See you in the next one.
The Talksport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the Talksport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search Talksport Fan Network.